E, F, G. That makes all the answers the same. It's easier to grade. It's just we have a lot of students. It makes it easier. Okay. 4 points that are coplanar. So you want 4 points that are on the same plane. So to be collinear, you want to, one of the dangers is, well, you just want to see, can you make a triangle is the main thing. So 4 points that are coplanar. So if you look at it, these 4 points here would make a triangle. Now 3 of them are on a line, that's okay, but there's still, if we connected all those, that would make a triangle. So alphabetically there, we want to go E, F, G, and O. All right, 3 points that are not collinear. So if they're not collinear, they're going to make a triangle because they're going to make a plane. So 3 points that make a triangle. Now here, we still, all the directions are in plane P. So 3 points that make a triangle. So you know that we have to use O to make a triangle. E, F, and G are on the same line. That's one side of the triangle. So I have to use O. So that means that I want to use E and F here to make my triangle. So I'm going to say E, F, and then I need to choose O. Because to make them not collinear, I don't want them on the same line. G is going to get left out in that one. Now, to name 4 points that are not coplanar, what you need to do is make it not a flat surface. And if it's not a flat surface, that means it needs to be kind of a triangular pyramid. So what you want to do is you want to make a triangle and then have a point above or below the triangle. So if we go back to what we had here, in plane P as much as possible, that means the triangle on the bottom is going to be in plane P. So that triangle we want is E, F, and O. Again, G is going to get left out. E and F come before G, and then we need O to make a triangle. Now, our best other letter in this picture is A, as far as alphabetical goes. So A. So A comes first in the alphabet, and then the E, F, O in plane P. And that makes a little triangular pyramid, and you could draw it on there if you wanted to, and that is good to go. All right. Okay, next page. Line segment. A lot of times we'll just say a segment. So a line segment is all the points in between two endpoints on a line. So it kind of cuts off the ends of a line, the arrowheads that go to infinity, and it just breaks it down like that. Now, if you were naming this line segment, you would put AB because alphabetically A comes before B, and then you would draw a little bar over the top of it like that. Now, technically, we could also name that line segment BA. But according to the directions in our class, you need to make sure that you name it line segment AB. A ray consists of an initial point. Initial, you know what initials are, the initials of your name. So the initials are the first letter. The initial is the beginning letter of your names. Your first name and last name, middle name. The beginning letter is the initials. So the ray consists of an initial point and all the points that lie on one side of that point. So here, it looks like an arrow, but it goes on forever. So the key here, again, is you have to name this CB, and you put a little arrow over the top of it, arrow. It's not BC because there's no arrow pointing that way. Okay, and we never write the arrow going like this either. The arrow always points to the right. So make sure you're clear on how you name that. Okay, never that one. Opposite rays. Opposite rays are two rays that shoot out from each other in opposite directions. So the pen tip is the arrowhead shooting out that way, and the red is there. So the red and the blue are opposite rays. They start at the same point. They have the same initial point, and then they shoot out from each other. So C is between A and B. then CA and CB are opposite rays. They do need to be on the same line. So if we look at those, they make opposite rays make a line. Okay, so if I color code this, I've got ray CA, which is over here, and we have ray CB, starts at C and goes towards B. So those are opposite rays. Notice that opposite rays start with the same letter. And also notice that, as I said earlier, they form a line. Two opposite rays form a line. They don't form a V. They have to shoot out directly away from each other. Okay. Draw three collinear points, A, B, and C. Okay. So if they're collinear, then I just want to draw a line basically, and then put 3 points on that line. So I'll just go A, B, and C. Alright. And then it says draw point D, which is not. So again, remember that's going to make a triangle. It's off the line. Don't put it over here, because then that looks like, well, the line might go through it. So don't put it on either side there. Make sure it's off to the side, either side. So that's that. Draw line MN and ray GF. Okay, don't know why that's, we already drew a line up there, but okay, so line MN, doesn't really matter, MN, you could have those switched. Let's write the symbol for that. And I'm going kind of fast, so you got to remember to pause. When you get to a point where you think you know what to do next, pause and try to do it yourself. If you're doing your notes in pencil and you get it wrong, you could erase it, or you could just cross off the wrong stuff and write the correct thing next to it. So line MN, alphabetically, M comes before N, and there we go. And then we have ray GF. So, okay, I'm going to draw, so there's an arrowhead on one side and a point on the other side. And it says GF, so we need to start with G and go towards F. So again, that's not in alphabetical order, but it can't be by the way we were told to do that. Okay, intersect. When two or more geometric figures have one or more points in common, the intersection is the set of common points. So you know what an intersection is. On the road, two roads intersect and cause the intersection, and a lot of accidents occur in intersections. So we have stoplights and stop signs and things like that. So any two lines that intersect can be contained in a plane. So if you just think about that, if we have two lines that intersect, they form an X, letter X, and so that can be contained in a flat surface. Okay, so even if the line was coming up here, we could still put a flat plane through there. Okay, name two pairs of opposite rays. Okay, so this is my fourth lesson today. 2 calculus and 2 geometry. So, two opposite rays. So we need a point in between, and then we need shooting out from both of those. So alphabetically, that looks like this is better over here. So F, one ray shooting out that way, so that would be ray FE and ray F. Now technically, we could use either one of those letters to name ray FG, but alphabetically, G comes before H, so you're supposed to choose that. Okay, and all of these things, if possible, stay alphabetical. So hopefully you can see how those go together, and hopefully you can pause the video and do the other two. So the other ones are going to come out of G. Now, this is a little bit tricky here, but it's going to be GE alphabetically. Now, GE, ray GE, and ray GF are the same ray, even though I'm using a different letter. Just like if you call me Mr. Christensen or you call me by my first name, they still both refer to me. So Ray GE and Ray GF refer to the same Ray, but in our class alphabetical. And remember, opposite rays always start with the same letter. So now it's going to be Ray GH. And next.